Где этот смотритель ночует? Погоди-ка, он часом не здесь же ночует? Вот и смотритель.
God, you look terrible. Did someone attack you?
I'm looking for some quicksilver. Would you have any on hand?
Talk to my assistant. He deals with such trivial matters.
Fine, thank you.
Take care.
Так, помощник, говоришь. Это ты? Да, это ты. Ну-ка, стой.
God
Мне
be with
рожа
you.
твоя не нравится.
Do you have any quicksilver in stock?
Who's asking?
I'm here on behalf of the master fresco painter. He said you sent him away empty-handed 3 times already.
Then I don't have any.
That sounds almost as if you don't want to sell it to me.
It's not that I don't want to. It's that I can't.
Так, ладно.
Can't you? In the Sasau monastery? That seems unlikely. It looks more like you're lining your own pockets to me. I wonder what people would have to say about that.
It's not. I'm not. Oh, shit.
Get to the point.
They came for me at noon. Directly to the office. The overseer was somewhere on his rounds. Some night, it was. Without a crest. Armed. He called himself Sir Jezek, and he had a lackey with him called Rapota, a scruffy fellow with a yellow cape. Always whistling he was. They told me they wanted all the quicksilver we order for the monastery. Of course, I told him that wouldn't be possible.
And then what? Did they threaten you?
Not at first. They tried to bribe me, and when I refused, they started threatening.
How did you hand it over to them?
I take it up the hill behind the monastery here. There's a big tree there with a small chapel underneath. Sometimes Rapota is there waiting for me. If not, I leave it there.
What did they threaten you with?
They said they know people in the monastery. That they'd have me thrown out and beaten for stealing.
And you had been stealing, I mean before then.
You know how it is. I work my fingers to the bone and they pay me a pittance.
So they knew about you?
Yes, they knew my name, everything.
Very well. Thank you.
God be with you.
Так, ладно. Где мой конь? Угу. Блин, свинка валяется.
Copper. And quite a lot of it. I wonder what Zach will have to say about this. Copper. And quite a lot of it. I wonder what Zach will have to say about this.
Ну давай, что ты сейчас мне скажешь по этому поводу?
So back to that copper, Master Blacksmith.
What? I thought I told you I don't work with copper.
I see. Then it's a little odd that you have baskets full of raw copper in the shed round the back.
You've been in my barn? Best make a head start before I talk to the bailiff.
Your workshop's supplying a counterfeiting gun. I'm not going anywhere until you tell me the truth.
All right. I suppose there's no point lying. We do make copy sheets here, and I wanted to keep it quiet.
Why?
Pays me good money, and the people I do it for. I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of them.
Did they threaten you?
They didn't have to. Just by the look of them, I could say I needed to shut my mouth and do what they wanted.
And did they ever tell you who they were? Do you know where to find them?
I know a little. But show some understanding. There's nothing but trouble in it for me. I'll lose the work and be left looking over my shoulder for some thugs to come and burn down my house. Or worse.
If you lie down with dogs, you shouldn't complain about the fleas.
There's no need for threats. We can both benefit here. If I tell you everything I know, you can help me with a certain small matter. One that'll cover up for my loss of earnings.
So what are we talking about?
I recently tried to buy Master Armourer Otto Rabstein's business for my son Vitus, but that old fool wouldn't listen to reason. He said he couldn't understand his legacy being taken over by a clod like my Vitus. Despite the insult, I doubled my offer, but Master Otto still wouldn't budge.
And what is it you need from me?
I thought I'd show Otto that Vitus isn't such a dolt as he thinks, but for that I need someone experienced in combat.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad. What's your plan?
Otto's busy making a very pretty suit of armour for the bailiff. So I was thinking, if we could show that pretty armour of his is absolutely useless, he'd be disgraced.
And how am I supposed to see to that?
Well, I'd reckon we'd arrange a duel of champions with bludgeons. You'll put on Vitus's armour, and Otto will send his champion in that tin shit of his. You invite the bailiff to watch, and Otto will be made a laughingstock in front of everyone.
So what do I get out of it?
What we already agreed. I'll give up dealing in copper, and I'll tell you everything I know about what's been going on.
Do you really think that will work?
Otto's always mouthing off in the alehouse that my young lad isn't worth a damn. Once I show he's just a bitter old bastard spouting hot air, his business will be ruined, and Vitus will reap the reward. What with all the strife in the country these days, there'll be no end of work for a good armourer.
How about if the armour for the bailiff mysteriously went missing?
Jesus Christ! Don't even talk about it. Although, if Otto doesn't agree to the duel, it might be the only option.
Exactly. And if you want to wreck Otto's reputation, not keeping his promise to the bailiff could be even worse for him than your idea.
You're right. Do whatever you think fit then. But if the armour gets lost, don't come to me afterwards. I know nothing about it, right?
Of course.
Угу.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Обиделся он, что я пошарился у него.
Yeah.
Конечно, ты обиделся, а нефиг сразу мне
Yeah.
врать.
Yeah.
Угу.
Yeah.
Они там рядом, ладно.
Asparagus, they'll cut you in half. Cucumbers, that'll cure what
Да ёб твою мать, ну как ты такая?
Greetings. What business have you?
You look different, Master.
So as to fit in. I don't want it known that I'm in town.
Why?
I don't want to alarm our prey. Gossip spreads quickly, and if those scoundrels learn we're onto them, they'll flee.
That does make sense.
Угу.
So what have you found out so far?
I found out where they get their quicksilver from. You were right, it was the monastery.
It was the only logical explanation.
It changed hands on the hill behind the monastery.
Have you been there to have a look around?
Not yet.
Maybe it would be worth the time.
I'll go and see.
And have you found out who's behind it?
Someone called Rapota.
Not much, but it's a start. At least it's not a common name. Listen, Henry, I had another thought on the way here. Those counterfeiters have to have a punch die to make the fake coins.
Yes, of course.
That's sophisticated work. There's a man I know who works at the monastery yard, Master Engraver Jerome of Silesia.
You don't suppose that he's...
No, not that, God forbid. I know him well. He'd never do anything like that. But he runs an engraving workshop, so he might have heard something.
Very well, I'll ask him.
But ask with tact. I don't want him getting offended. And I prefer you not to mention me at all.
I'll try to think of something.
Хорошо.
That's all.
God be with you.
Our Lord's tasty. Good on bread and for frying. Come and get it, fine people. And
cucumbers, lovely cucumbers.
God's blessings. What can I do for you?
Master Armourer, I have a message for you from Blacksmith Zack.
If it's another one of his so-called generous offers, you can go straight back and tell him I'm not selling, and that's that.
No, this is another matter. Vitus wants to challenge you to a duel.
What? Me fight with that brat? Zack must have lost his mind entirely.
That's not how it will be. The real duel will be between your pieces of handiwork.
How's that?
It will be a duel with bludgeons. No bloodshed. At most, a few bruises and some dents in the armour. Zack chose me to wear Vitus armour.
And so I'm to choose a champion of my own? That sounds reasonable.
Good. So let's agree on the time and place.
Hold your horses, young fella. I've got a counter offer for you. Now, I'm sure Zack is paying you well.
Maybe I'm just doing it out of love for my neighbour.
Aye, a regular good Samaritan, no doubt. I could pay you more, and I'd tailor-make a cuirass just for you. What do you say?
You mean if I fight as your champion instead? I'm not sure how Zack would take it.
No, you fight on Zack's side and lose.
That's not very honourable.
And Zack's constant slander and mudslinging are the height of honour, are they?
Zack might be acting the scoundrel, but why lower yourself to his level? You should show you're the better man.
Better than that, upstart. I'm a master of my craft, boy. I've made armour for the lords of Kunstadt. I've no need to prove anything to anyone. So, are you going to help me or not?
Nah, forget it. I won't sully my name with cheating.
Suit yourself. But my champion will batter you into the ground anyway, so you've nothing to gain.
So, choose the time and place.
What, me?
You're the one being challenged, so it's your right.
Well, it's all the same to me. Go and sort it out with the bailiff. He should know about it anyway, so I don't look like a troublemaker.
All right?
Goodbye.
Да, походу Зак.
Our Lord's tasty. Good on bread and for frying.
Не такой уж и плохой человек. Стой, ну, алло. Ну, погоди. Ну, куда ты попёр? Ну, что это, блин?
God be with you.
Is there anything interesting going on here?
It's so peaceful, it worries me.
I'm here on behalf of blacksmith Zack.
Zack? What does that madman want now? Don't tell me. It's another complaint about the Master Armourer. Well, you can tell Zack if you waste another minute of my time with that pathetic feud of his. I'll have him up for disrespecting the office of the bailiff.
No, it's not a complaint this time. In fact, Zack came up with an idea to settle the dispute once and for all.
Is that so? Well, that's a different kettle of fish. That's just what I was after. You have my full attention, friend. What's his plan?
A duel.
Jesus Christ! Has he lost his wits entirely?
Don't worry, Goodman Bailiff. No one will get killed. It will only be a duel with bludgeons. Zack chose me as his champion. I'll be wearing a suit of armour made by his son, Vitus, and I'll fight Otter's champion. Whoever falls first, loses.
That sounds like a fine spectacle for the village green. Naturally, I'll have to be present to ensure nothing untoward happens.
Your presence is certainly expected, Bailiff. We'd like you to referee the whole duel.
Very well. We'll have it on the marketplace in the front of the church. But when?
That's up to you.
We can announce it right now.
Давай прямо сейчас.
Let's do it.
I'll have it announced around town. You come along at just the right time. It'll be a fine show for the townsfolk, and I'll finally get that pair and their constant squabbling off my back.
Отлично. Это меня позабавит. Правда, я на дубинках плохо сражаюсь, но это меня позабавит.
Citizens of Sasau, our township has long been plagued by a protracted dispute. As you are no doubt aware, Zack, the blacksmith of the monastery courtyard, and Master Armourer Otto Rabstein have been, for some time, at odds. And insomuch as it behoves my office as bailiff to settle such disputes and maintain peace and order, I have decided to resolve the blacksmith's quarrel by unconventional means, whilst affording an entertaining spectacle. In short, we shall let them knock each other's teeth out. However, since it ill befits two respectable tradesmen to maul each other on the market square like a pair of cocks on a dung heap, each of them has elected a champion. Zack, the blacksmith, has appointed to fight in his stead Henry of Scarlet. And Master Otto Rabstein's champion will be... Please, introduce yourself, Sir Knight.
Master Otter will fight for Master Otter.
О, как!
I don't need some young pup to take my place.
I remind you that this will be a duel with bludgeons alone, and until first blood is shed. Come, folks, be sensible for heaven's sake. We don't want any maiming here, or, God forbid, murder. So, if both contestants are ready, let us begin.
Давай начинать. Ну, нагрузись быстрее. На тебе, падла.
Kunda!
Тихо, тихо, тихо. Ну что ж, мне нравится на дубинках веселиться. Хо-хо-хо-хо-хо. Ну, доспех стаскивать это неинтересно. Куда интереснее в дуэли поучаствовать.
You kicked that old bastard's arse, Henry. His ears will be ringing for a month. Now everyone will see who knows how to make armor and who's all hot air.
You shouldn't speak so disrespectfully about Master Otter. He fought bravely.
No need to get worked up about it. You've got to savour the victory, haven't you? Anyway, come by the forge later for your reward, all right?
И чё, вы меня полностью раздели? Офигенно. Ну вот. Теперь я снова во всеоружии. Было забавно. Угу.
God be with you.
About that copper.
I told you everything I've got to say. I made you an offer. Now it's up to you.
I'll be on my way, but I'll be back.
I can't wait. God be with you.
Надо, чтобы он дошел. Кузницу. Ну ладно, в кузницу так в кузницу.
From the yard or from the woods, lean and fatty pork, chicken and beef. We have it all. Come and see.
Зайду пока кота. Проведаю, как у него там дела. Он меня немного потрепал. Красавчик, красавчик. А, он все теперь закрылся и обиделся.
Carrots and apples picked today to put a smile on your face.
It's hard to resist. You'll not find better meat anywhere.
И теперь у него, походу, нежеланный гость.
How are you, Henry?
Нормально. Так, ладно, поеду проверю эту музыку. Хотя вот, а вдруг я сейчас сюда приеду, а там опять этот... Не-не-не. Надо его подождать. Что там по времени? Так, мне заточить ничего не надо. Да, вроде все нормально. Где он там? Уже через мост идет. Почти дотопал. Пропущу часик. Ну и что, ты пришел уже? Пришел, отлично. Ну что ж, рассказывай мне.
I'll come for my reward.
Of course. And thanks again, lad. It's worked wonders for my trade.
And will Otter sell you his business?
I don't know. But the way things are looking now, his trade will soon be dead as a doornail anyway.
I'm glad your trade is going well. Now, about our little deal.
Ah, that little matter. Right.
So, out with it. How is it all arranged?
One evening I got a visit from this scruffy beggar calling himself Rapota. He had a yellow cape on and kept whistling to himself. There was a knight with him too, but he didn't give his name. They told me what I had to do, how much I'd get for it, and I had to keep my mouth shut.
And where can I find this Rapota? Or the knight?
I don't know exactly. But I've always left the wagon with the goods behind the monastery, on the hill there, next to a small chapel under a big tree.
Anything else?
No. I swear that's all I know.
Well, that'll do me for now.
Угу.
God be
Отлично.
with you.
А, там же. Абсолютно там же. Так, ну что ж, посмотрим. Гравюрная мастерская. Место, где передаются материалы. Так, ну ладно, с гравюрной мастерской я разберусь чуть попозже, наверное. Сначала сгоняем к месту. До этого прохода сюда. Все понял.
Yeah. Yeah.
Так, это где-то здесь недалеко. Походу вот тут.
Why are you just sitting around?
Why not? Admiring the view. People just do not appreciate a lovely view these days.
Does the name Rapota ring any bells for you?
Rapota, you say? Rapota. No, I can't hear any bells ringing at all.
Look, you little jester, I'm investigating a crime against the king on the direct orders of Sir Radzig. Are you really going to keep pretending you don't know anything?
Hang on! What's all this about a crime against the king? I'm just keeping an eye on things. When a wagon comes in, I make sure nobody robs it. I get a commission for that, that's it.
See? That didn't hurt a bit. Where's Rapota?
I don't know. He's been staying in town lately. He hardly ever shows up here. It seems he's keeping an eye on someone there. I don't know who.
Who comes to fetch them?
I don't know. Some people. They don't speak, just look mean. Take the goods and go.
Bit of friendly advice. You're wasting your time here. Rapota's scarpered and won't be coming back this way anytime soon. You might as well pack up and go home.
What? That bastard owes me a dozen groschen. Damn it! Now what? Ah, well, no use hanging around here anyway. In any case, thanks for the information. I could have been stuck here for weeks.
Не за что. А где второй? Я видел, что ты здесь не один был.
What a shitty day. I need a good scrap to cheer me up.
Боже ты мой. Ты тоже решил идти? Правильно делаешь. Тут ловить нечего. Так, ладно. Что у нас по заданию? Угу. Тут же явно, по-моему, где-то третий был. Ладно, мне, в принципе, срать. Один хрен. От них избавился.
Yeah.
Ну, вот эти ребятки.
Yeah.
Так, надо проверить последнюю наводку. Ну и на пиво тоже можно проверить. Да чтоб тебя. Что ж такое-то?
My God, what happened to you? You look like you've been assaulted.
Ну, было дело такое.
How goes the work, Master?
Getting there, getting there. You need something, my boy?
What are you doing here, anyway?
You're in an engraver's shop, my boy. We're engraving, of course.
Yeah, but engraving what? And what's it used for?
Oh, we engrave wood and stone as well as metal. Here in the monastery, it's mostly about decoration.
You've got quite a large workshop, Master. You don't do all the work alone, surely?
I'm usually here with my apprentice, Florian. Of course, by simple observation, you'll note that this is not currently the case, and I'm here alone. Which means that either I'm a liar or something out of the ordinary has occurred.
I see. I think. So what's happened to Florian?
He shares the fate of the pharaohs for today. The fifth scourge of Egypt did smite him, the plague. Or so his message advised me.
Jesus Christ, the plague?
Do remain calm. I'm quite certain the plague from which Florian is suffering wasn't a judgment from on high. Or if it was a judgment on excessive drinking. I'm told such an ailment can be of truly biblical proportions.
What's he like, your apprentice, Florian?
I'm afraid that his exuberant youth has taken its toll. He's been acting strangely of late. I fear he has delusions of persecution.
I don't really know what you mean, at all.
Recently, for example, he told me that someone was following him. And the very next day he bought a padlock from the blacksmith and locked up his chest. As though I would ever sneak into it. In any case, why the interest? Are you looking for him?
Something like that.
May I ask why?
I have a message for him.
A message? Who would be interested in that, Maestro? Other than his furious and deeply disappointed master, of course. About your question, you'll find him at home. No doubt feverishly dying. He sleeps in the baker's cellar.
Ah, thank you. Does Florian have any enemies?
A man such as he certainly owes money at every turn, and the parents of local girls are undoubtedly displeased with his attempts to propagate. However, most recently it was that fury from the baths who accosted him in quite a spectacular rage.
Mm-hmm.
A woman from the baths? What did she do?
The harpy nearly tore all Florian's hair out. I don't frequently feel sorry for my ne'er-do-well apprentice, but on that occasion I made an exception.
Do you have any idea why she did it?
She was screaming about some girl, some flighty bath-maid, Esther. I would say that Florian had felt the joys of spring and acted accordingly, although one would have thought they'd be used to that sort of thing at the bathhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I'll leave you to your work.
God be with you.
Так, ладно. сначала... Сначала, конечно же, в купальню зайдем. И это все гравюрная мастерская. Жесть. Ну или может он только там чисто тут закуток на втором этаже выделяет.
Jesus Christ. Your clothes. Were you assaulted? Damn bandits, may they burn in hell.
Да.
I hear you're at odds with Apprentice Florian.
At odds? I'll give you at odds. It's that sword's fault they took my Esther. Poor girl. I shudder to think what's become of her.
Опа-на.
What exactly happened?
This man came in wanting a bath, and Esther with it. She doesn't normally offer that kind of service, but I didn't see the harm, so I sent her in to him. And suddenly I hear screams. So I run out, and I see the bastard pulling her out of the tent and shoving her into a boat.
I'm sorry they took her, but what exactly has it got to do with Florian?
They shouted at me to tell Florian that when he wises up, he'll get the girl back.
О как.
I assume that Florian knows this, Esther.
You know village girls. They don't get much of a choice. Every other knave has a turnip for a brain, and if they don't, they're relatives. And then some young dandy turns up who writes her little poems. What's the poor girl to do? And this is how it ends. She should have stuck with the turnip heads.
Ну да.
Where can I find this Florian? I'd like to ask him a few questions.
He works in the engraver's workshop at the monastery craftsman's yard. And if he's not there, he'll be holed up like the rat he is in the cellar he rents from the baker. He's afraid of me, for sure.
What did the bailiff make of it?
Don't even get me started on that. He's another fine... I won't say what. I told him everything, but he says he won't do nothing about it.
How's that then?
He wouldn't tell me to my face, of course. But people here don't think much of us. There's some as reckon my Esther deserves what she got. Poor girl.
Понятно.
It sounds like you were close to Esther.
I loved her like my very own. She came to me as an orphan, like a wolf child she was. I raised her and taught her and gave her a job, and now she's gone. Who knows if she's even alive?
Ладно, спасибо.
God be with you.
Так. Че, я так ужасно выгляжу, что ли?
Yeah.
Сначала крых хорошо съездим, уж он что скажет. Хотя, да нахер не нужно. Так, значит, говорите, в подвале у пекаря. А пекарь у нас... Угу. Все понятно вот здесь. Да, чтоб тебя. Еще и что-то пишет здесь, нифига. Сидит.
I'm honored that you should come to me.
You look quite sprightly for an invalid.
What? Who the hell are you?
My name's Henry, and I'm making inquiries for Sir Radzig Kobyla.
And what do you want from me?
Straight to the point then. All right. I've been investigating counterfeit money, and the trail led me straight to you. Does the name Rapiter mean anything to you?
I don't know. Maybe?
Don't bother. I know you know him. You make the punch dies for the counterfeiters. How do you hand them over? Do you know where their workshop is?
I can't say anything. I'll deny everything and you've got nothing on me. No evidence, just accusations.
It's got something to do with that girl, hasn't it?
How do you know?
That doesn't matter.
No, I suppose not. I didn't want to get involved, I swear. Those bastards kidnapped Esther. If I don't cooperate, they'll kill her.
Who is Esther?
My girl, of course. That scum took her right out of the bathhouse.
I'm sorry about that.
Me too. Listen, I'll tell you everything, I promise. But only if I know that Esther's safe.
What, so I'm to go searching for her in the woods?
I know where they're keeping her, but nobody will help me. And what can puny little me do faced with those strapping great villains?
Ну ладно. Можно было бы, конечно, и договориться.
Very well. I'll bring back your Esther.
Really?
Yes, but then you have to tell me everything.
I will. I swear to God Almighty. Please, just bring her back to me. Nothing else matters.
Where are they keeping her?
In the Skalitz Hills. There are some abandoned cottages around the mines. That's where I saw her last. They took me there when I said they had to let me speak to her.
All right. I'll go there and try and think of something.
You're my
Ни
savior.
хрена себе, куда мне пилить.
Don't get your hopes up. Anything could happen.
See you later.
Твою мать. В этом лагере, скорее всего, держит. Туда до перекрестка. Угу. Хотя можно и на этом свернуть. На этом даже, наверное, ближе. Ладно, сейчас посмотрим. Главное, до туда доехать. Сейчас переглянем через все это.
Yeah.
Да ладно. Что не сделаешь ради спасения людей? Ну-ка, если я крысу и поеду,
Yeah.
он мне поможет. Как-то, может, мы с ним вместе заметим. Лагерь.
I'd like a beer.
I'm honored that you should come to me.
Ох ты, боже ты мой.
See you later.
Ага, вот он ты.
I might know where the materials from the monastery get passed on to the forgers.
Where?
Up the hill by Sassar Woods.
Shall we go right now?
No, I need to find out more. I don't even know if anyone will be there now. But you could keep an eye out there. In case anyone appears, I mean.
Agreed.
Отлично. Вот это вот лучше всего.
Yeah.
Ах, это долгая песня будет. Засада, да. Сейчас там много. Как бы стрелу не словить. Ладно, мне сейчас не до конца. В другой раз можно. По настроению.
What the hell was that? Mother of God!
Какой тут лагерь устроен? Черт, куда я вообще уехал, получается? Куда-то сюда. А, твою мать, я вообще не туда поехал. Да ну нафиг, надо было на ту сторону переезжать. Теперь понятно, в чем дело. Я-то, блин, думал, что за байда. Так, а это... Да, я его открыл. Привет.
Yeah.
Да, надо было через
Я!
эту сторону ехать. Быстрее бы добрался. Ну что теперь поделаешь? Как поехал, так поехал. Плохо. Господи, тоже засада. Ты там один? А, у вас там двое. Нет, двое. Ну вот нафиг. Попробуй догони. Ну, гнездо. Это которое, это вот, да, по-моему? Угу. Сейчас тут проеду. Где перекресток?
Yeah.
Так, где он сказал, я держит? В лагере, по-моему.
Yeah.
Интересное место. Ну да, интересное, в принципе. А тут что? Так, на всякий случай. А то и так слишком уж до хрена. Задание переделал без сохранения. Как нарвусь на какую-нибудь глупость. Лежать. Пойдем? Ага, тут не один. Ты, блин, опасный черт. А если я еще поближе подойду, ты снова встанешь и пересядешь?
What are you doing here? Tired of life, are
Угадай,
you?
что ли?
Raise the alarm! Watch out! Over here! Where is it?
Угадай, где все.
Мартка!
Все твои уже померли. Так что прости, чувак.
mercy. Please, mercy.
Tell me what you know, and we'll see.
Of course, of course. What do you want to know?
Where's your workshop?
In the mines.
The mines are bloody enormous. I need a bit more than that.
It's in an abandoned shaft. Outside there's a camp, but I was only there once at night. When they wanted us at the workshop, we went the back way.
The back way?
Mm-hmm.
Aye. Not too far from here, there's a ventilation shaft. We marked the tunnels with chalk.
That will take me all the way to the workshop.
It will. Just be sure to keep the markings on your right.
Got it.
Так, неплохо.
Who hired you?
A knight. His name's Yezhek of Runov.
What do you know about counterfeiting money?
Hardly anything. I know they do it in the workshop, and they make a bloody good job of it. I always double-check any coin I get from them.
And you don't know anything else?
No. We were hired near Kutenberg by that fellow Yezhek. We were supposed to kidnap the girl and keep her here, that's all.
This Yezhek, what can you tell me about him? Is he a nobleman?
So he claims. Sir Yezhek of Runov, he calls himself. I think he's from Moravia originally. The lad said he's a terror in those parts.
Yeah, I never would have guessed.
Margrave Jops had Runov Castle razed, though. It ain't nothing but a ruin now.
And what shall I do with you now?
You'll let me go, won't you? Of course you will. You gave me your word.
Ладно.
That's true. Go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Все, вали отсюда. Чтобы я тебя больше не видел. Отлично, ключик от сарая. Даже вскрывать его не придется. Ну так интересно вскрыть. Так, где там мой верный конь? Шикардос, шикардос. Угу. Это фигово. Так, а кузнечный мне нужен был. Нет, по-моему, только сапожника. Угу. Чё, у вас еды не было даже? Блин, обидно. Она же у вас не отравлена. Эй, привет.
They won't hurt you now.
However did you find me?
Florian told me where they took you.
I'm a fool. I thought he was just a dandy, God knows why. And it turns out he's a villain in league with thieves. And a coward, too. This whole time he knew where I was.
It's not Florian's fault. He was terrified they'd do something to you. They had him over a barrel.
You're right. Poor Florian must have been more scared than me.
I'd say so.
We should probably set off.
Ладно, я
I'll
пойду
go
с
with you.
тобой.
I'd hate to lose you on the way.
То мало ли в натуре где-нибудь по дороге нахрен пропадешь. Еще успею сюда вернуться. Так, ну и чё?
Greetings, good night. How may I serve you?
I found that Esther of yours.
I know! Back already. How can I ever thank you?
By telling me all about the goings-on with Rapata.
They found me in the tavern one evening, caught me when I went to the ship pile. They started to badger me about working for them.
They?
Yes, Rapata. And a knight they called Sir Jezek.
And then what?
They explained what they wanted from me, and I told them to sod off.
I'm guessing that didn't go down too well.
It wasn't all that bad. They just threw me on the dung heap and left. I thought it was just a drunkard's joke. But then they took Esther.
Why didn't you tell anyone?
At first, I took it for a bad joke. And then, when they snatched Esther, there was nothing to be done.
Where will I find Rapota?
He's usually wherever I am.
What does that mean?
He watches me, everywhere I go. And when I'm at home, he sits on the bench in the square, watching my house.
So he's there now?
Hard to say. Sometimes I see him in the tavern on the green, buying supplies.
All right. At least I know where to start. And you go to work tomorrow, you hear?
Why?
Because we have to lure him out. And besides, your master will surely be glad to see you.
I have my doubts.
I suppose I'd better go. I'd hate the bastard to get away.
Good luck, and thanks for the help. God be with you.
Pounding out the coin there and then.
Just like that. Well, I heard about him. He's a right
She was wealthy, you can imagine. Even more when I told her London was taken.
Here, into here.
Ну-ка, стой.
Good God! What happened to your clothes? If you were robbed, you should report it. God be with
Непонятно.
you.
Ты ни хрена не знаешь. Опа.
Are you Rapota by any chance?
Pardon me? Do we know each other?
No, but I'm hoping to change that.
Well, I don't have much time right now. I'd best be off.
It'll only take a moment.
All right then. What do you want?
I know that you spy on Florian. I know you were involved in the kidnapping of the bath maid, and I know why you're doing it all.
It seems there's no point making excuses.
None. Now tell me where their workshop is.
Of course, of course. That will be the best solution.
So?
Let's leave it for another time. No, I give up.
Ах так, значит.
So, are you ready to talk?
I will. Just don't hurt me, please. What do you want from me?
Tell me where the workshop is. Don't worry. Your master won't be punishing you for betraying him. You're both going to have too many other problems.
It's in the Skullet's mines.
That doesn't narrow it down very much.
On the eastern side of Skullet's Hill, there's an abandoned mine gallery. Well, it used to be abandoned. Now there's a small camp in front of it, and the workshop is inside.
Who is your lord?
Sir Jezek of Ronov. That's what he calls himself, although Ronov Castle's long gone.
What happened to it?
Ronov used to belong to Vincent, Count Lichtenberg. After his death, it fell to Margrave Jobst, and he had it pulled down. He knew full well that Vincent's vassals would resist him.
Why? Everyone knows that when a lord dies without issue, the king can confer his estate on whoever he pleases.
But Vincent had descendants. Ronov only fell to the Margrave because he declared them all illegitimate. All because Vincent had refused to fight for him against Sir Prokop. Sir Jezek led a revolt of the vassals, but Jobst rounded them all up. Only Sir Jezek got away. Since then, he's become the scourge of the domain.
Who are you, anyway?
They call me Rapota. I used to be the executioner's henchman in Brno.
And how did you come to be serving Sir Jezek?
I helped him escape from prison. If I was going to serve anyone, better Sir Jezek than the executioner.
So you saw being a brigand's henchman as a step up in the world?
I thought if things changed and he stopped marauding, he might get Ronov back and take me into his service.
Well, after this little escapade, you can forget about that. You'll be lucky if you don't end up swinging on the gallows.
It's all the same anyway now. I've betrayed him.
So who's Sir Jezek working for? Don't tell me he just took it into his head one day to start forging coins.
That's not for me to know. Sir Jezek was on speaking terms with various lordships.
Such as?
We were often guests at the monastery, but I slept in the hayloft, so I heard nothing.
And apart from that?
In the camp, you'd occasionally see a Hungarian nobleman, but I don't know what he was doing there, or who he is.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've heard enough.
Can I ask you something?
Yes?
I don't want to hang. It's a horrible death. I'd prefer you just kill me here and now.
Ah, you're not worth tainting my sword with your blood. Now get lost before I change my mind.
Вали отсюда. Кто-нибудь тебя все равно поймает. Может быть шальная стрела, может быть еще кто-нибудь. Ты что делаешь, падла? Так, ну и что у меня с заданиями? Ни хрена их тут. Так, ладно, помощью Ульриха я заручусь.
God bless you. What troubles you?
А, все, уже с тобой нельзя больше эту фигню обсуждать. Ну ладно. Где мой конь? Шикарос.
Yeah.
Конечно, замечательно, но месяца ночью, это прям сейчас не охота. Ой, блин, прости. Да, и меня тоже лошадью придавило, все, не надо.
My humble greetings. How may I help you? Good luck then.
Понятно, ладно. Тогда в другой раз. Поедем с утра пораньше. Шикарно. Даже ни в каком хлеву не очнулся. Вообще шикарно. Давай-ка не до сюда. Нам пора творить историю.
Yeah.
Так, где же он?
Я.
Здесь. Ну что, тут все спокойно, поди.
I finally found out where the Forger's workshop is. Master Fayfar was right. The Forgers are sticking close to the supply source. Their workshop is somewhere in the mines. I found there's another way in, through some other galleries. They'll never expect anyone to come from behind. Still, even if I can take them by surprise, I'd appreciate it if you came along to help.
I will be glad to give it. Lead on.
Шикардос. Конечно, надо воспользоваться черным ходом. Че, больной, что ли, прям через центральные ворота заходить? А я тут, кстати, был. Да, я тут был. Что он там говорит по мелку? Самое главное, это когда вовремя отрубается контроллер. Обидно, досадно, ну да ладно. Так, погнали дальше. Черным знаком. свой мелок. А там что наверху? Там наверху какой-то выход. Как хорошо, что там один в живых остался. Когда я эту спасал. Это было бы обидно. Да что ж такое? Вниз. Отлично. Ты где там? Ты вообще со мной, нет? Да, вот он где. Ну, вниз. Кто меня прикрывать будет? Это его нога торчит, что ли? Из доспеха коленка. Так, похоже, нам еще ниже. Ты где там? Ты там спускаешься, нет? Да твою мать, тут лестница на лестнице. Спускается, отлично. Так. Ладно, теперь вопрос. В какую мне сторону? Черт, что он говорил-то? По правую, по левую сторону держаться. По правой, по-моему, сторону он говорил держаться. Угу. Так. Блин. Воу-воу-воу. Так. Ладно. Вроде что-то было проправо. Ага, отлично. Ни хрена, ну держимся право и все. рядом река. Или озеро. Просто так много воды. Нифига, еще и ниже. Твою мать. А нет, не ниже. Смотри-ка. Вот она хитрость какая. Ну, давай не будем так идти, давай это чуть-чуть потише. Кто-то там явно где-то разговаривал. Указательный горит вниз. Где там? Чувак. Ты должен мне помогать. Ты где? Куда делся? Что-то хреново. А вдруг сейчас заварушка будет? Он тут спустился? Здесь не осталось. Надо было его подождать, в принципе. Без него справлюсь. О, ни хрена себе. Как это делаешь? Нет, явно его колено. Блин, шахта еще дальше и дальше вглубь уходит. Завалит и пиши пропало. Теперь в какую сторону? Угу. Вот он указатель. Черт, да вы достали. Есть подозрение, что можно было как-то быстрее туда попасть. Наверх или нет? Я думаю, что никуда не наверх. Если бы было наверх, он бы показал мне указателем наверх. Ага, отлично.
Jesus Christ. Who are you and what are you doing here?
I'm here at the command of the royal hetman, Sir Radzig Kobyla.
And who's he?
That's no concern of yours.
I'm sure we could come to some sort of agreement. I have plenty of coin.
We can come to an agreement that you'll keep your mouth shut. Please, don't take this personally.
Wait!
What? Do you want to do it? Be my guest. It gives me no pleasure.
You can't kill him. I have orders to take him to Rattay.
That is unfortunate. I have orders to kill everyone involved in this business.
You can't do that.
I have no choice, as you are aware.
Why do you want to kill him? He may have valuable information.
For that exact reason. My master does not wish this man to fall into the wrong hands, especially those of Radzig Kobyla.
You're a traitor.
The world is not so black and white, boy. We were on the same side for a while, but no longer. That is how it goes.
You don't have to go back to the Rosenbergs.
How do you know about the Rosenbergs?
Master Fayfire recognized the writing on your letter of passage.
Just as I said, there is nothing safe from prying eyes in this land. And where would you suggest I go?
Into Sir Radzig's service. He needs people like you.
I serve Kobyla. Out of the question. If he learned of all that I did for the Rosenbergs, he would hang me from the nearest tree. But you are right, I do not have to return to the Rosenbergs. In fact, I cannot.
Why not?
I am a knight without a crest, without allegiance. No one was meant to know whom I serve. If the Rosenbergs hear that I have been found out, they will see to it I vanish. They cannot afford to be associated with me.
Where will you go then?
Where the road takes me, as I have many times before. Farewell, Henry.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Эх, жалко. Ну, а теперь ты, пан Ежик.
Please, please. I'm sure we can come to some sort of agreement.
You can talk all you like, but not here and not to me. Let's go.
А нафиг ты делаешь вид, как будто ты сражался только что? Мы ж с ним даже не сражались.
Let's go. Master Fayfire is very keen to meet you.
Ну, в принципе, да, и через потайной вход я его выведу. Даже ни с кем не сражаясь. А так-то да, такие шахты хрен. Каким макаром ты обойдешь в патруле? Хотя, конечно, странно, что они не поставили там охраны на входах. Почему рядом с ним не было охраны?
Good work, Henry. Thank you, Master Fayfire.
It wasn't easy, I can tell you.
I'll take some men and have a good look around there.
And what should I do?
You should get some rest and go to Rattay. In the meantime, Sir Radzig will have this wretch questioned. Maybe he'll get something useful out of him.
All right. I'll see you in Rattay then.
Ну и что, я сейчас сразу в Ратае окажусь? Было бы неплохо. У меня тут, в принципе, дел других нет. Нет, я в Сазаре. Так, ладно. Понятно. Ну, в принципе, можно сразу до Ратая поскакать. Если что там, все и продам.
Да.
Что там по времени? Ага.
Да.
Засады не было. Ладно.
Я!
Так, а я там вроде и красноречили. Да. Осталось чуть-чуть по красноречию.
Я!
Продолжим добираться до цели. Бедная лошадка устала. И тут нет засады. Удивительно.
Stop and talk a while at least.
Ну, рассказывай.
What's it about?
You have incredible good fortune, friend. I have an offer for you, the likes of which comes along only once in a
Да
lifetime.
ладно.
I don't know. Isn't it stolen or something?
What of it? Stolen or not? The main thing is it's cheap, isn't it?
Well.
Ладно,
Alright.
показывай, что
Show me what you're
принес.
selling.
As you wish.
О, вторая из демонических игральных костей. Ну с ним, да, поторговаться нельзя. Хрена себе, красавчик, красавчик. Теперь мне только первую осталось найти. Потом я попробую, что они дают в комбинации. Да, у меня и оружие есть. Ага.
Yeah.
наверное, первый раз вижу, что кто-то ходил. О, кстати говоря. Раз уж на то пошло. Уж это шахта. Прям весь изговнякался. Так. Все нараспашку. Прикольно. Так, ладно, качественные стрелы. Колотушка, по-моему, есть. Однако, здрасте. У меня нету колотушки. Охотничий лук из Киева. По-моему, есть. Угу. Тесак мастера ловчего. Угу. Так, колотушку, значит, надо. Вафенрог, залатанные шоссы. А, слушай, тут другой Вафенрог. Надо его тоже. Залатанные шоссы. Угу, есть такие. Короткие пластинчатые поножи. Тунгурский. Опа. Обычного нету. Тоже надо. Латные налокотники есть. Латные налокотники есть. Модные черные шоссы. Угу. Простые шпоры. Угу. Составные, латные. Да тоже, по-моему, есть. Темный ботва тоже есть. Черный капюшон такой же тоже есть. Угу, у меня их 2. Так, оказывается-то чего-то у меня даже нету. Прикольно, прикольно. Так, сначала то, что у меня есть, и то, что мне не нужно, продадим. Чтобы не мешало.
God be with you.
I've got some goods here whose owners might miss them.
All right. Let's see what we can do about that. God be with you.
Ну, да ладно. Ах ты дурацкий, блядь, турнир вот.
I've got some goods here whose owners might miss them.
All right. Let's see what we can do about that. I'll see you later.
Так, колотушка мне нужна. Вафенрок нужен. Это нужно. Странно, а там он по ценнику дороже был. Ну и хрен с ним.
I'd like to discuss the price.
All right, so.
Here, with a little something on top for a good measure.
Thanks 1,000 times.
Так, ну-ка, а если я сделаю вот таким макаром? Так, подожди-ка. Блин, ты где? Что ты где-то видел? Да чтоб тебя застрял. А, сидишь.
Hail the conquering hero.
I've got something that needs stitching up. Could you do it for me?
All right. I can't have you walking around in torn rags, can I? Show it here.
И чё, она залатала? Ни хрена. А если я его одену? И вот этот вот. И еще раз поговорю.
Don't you feel hot under all that iron?
Нет, нет, не жарко.
I've got something that needs stitching up. Could you do it for me?
What do you take me for, Henry? Your personal chambermaid? I stitched something for you not long ago.
Ай-яй-яй. Чё ты мне зашивал? Ты мне ничего не зашивала. Сволочь. Ладно, ладно, попрошу я тебя еще о чем-нибудь. Вот и буду тратить деньги не на тебя, а на купцов. Ха-ха-ха-ха.
Yeah.
Так, я надеюсь, портной еще не закрылся.
Onions that'll even make your mum cry like a little rat.
Сволочь. Не успел.
Bread! Vegetables! Fresh vegetables! Look, smell! Aren't they lovely?
Зато эти все еще здесь.
I'm at your service, Sir Knight. Good luck then.
Да что тебе.
God be with you.
Ну ты и сволочь.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
Ну, если торговать со мной будешь, да?
Goodbye.
Да вы издеваетесь надо мной.
Take care.
Ну прогружайся давай тогда сам, я не знаю, блин, из-за чего это? Из-за того, что ты не прогрузился, он полупустой.
God be with you.
Да, походу.
Let's have a word about the price.
All right, so.
Here you are, with a little top-up.
My word. Thank you kindly.
Да. Так, пан Роцик где? Тут. Стоп, нет. Я что, мимо него проехал, что ли? По сути, показывает, что он где-то вроде здесь. А он в башне вот в этой. Куда попасть?
There's the man. Good work, Henry.
Thank you, sir.
I tell you to take a well-earned rest, but unfortunately I need one more thing from you.
Whatever you command.
Jezek refuses to talk to us. The stubborn bastard's asking to see you.
Me?
Indeed. Normally I'd send for Captain Burner to beat it out of him, but then I told myself that if he's so keen to speak to you...
I'll try to get something out of him. Where is he?
He's locked up in the tower. Bernard will give you the key.
Very well, sir.
Ладно, ну раз частный, то туда не буду заходить. Вообще охота было посмотреть. Ну, блин, прикольно. На два замка, грубо говоря. Замок на два замка. Так, ну да. Завтра с ним поговорю. Пойдет. Сейчас сходим к Геральду. Ну, неплохо. Под дождем будем сражаться, да? Сражаться под дождем. Выиграй турнир, если сможешь. Я даже не знаю, что мне это сказать.
Я!
Наверное, смогу. Хотя не уверен. Так, ладно. Чуть попозже. Надо перекусить.